Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Martin Wenzel, and we're here in Bali, Denpasar, on the island of Bali. And the sun is quickly setting. We're taking off a little bit earlier than the scheduled flight time of 5:45, just so we get a little bit more sun going towards our destination, which is Jakarta, Indonesia. So domestic flight here on Sriwijaya Air in the Boeing 737-800 from PMDG Simulations, and a little treat here, they just updated it and we finally got the electronic flight bag, so we're going to be able to do our calculations and everything in there. And let's get things going. Flight 273 for Sriwijaya Air.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We're ready to start boarding.
Alright, so you can see the flight bag right there. We'll look at that later as we're going.
Start boarding whenever you like.
Excellent. We'll get started then, and I'll let the rest of the crew know we're ready. It might take a few minutes for the passengers to start
all this good
arriving,
stuff going really quick. Kind of already behind schedule. Electronic hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear lever down and through green. Right, ground power on. Panel lights on. Right here, we're going to do the fault in-op test. Now the overheat fire test. Extinguishers. Engine 1. Engine 2. And while we're down here, we'll do the cargo panel. Okay. Back up top. Aft fuel pump on. And start you. Checking over here, manual gear extension. Access door is closed. That's right there. That you got the gear pins. All that. Way up top in our lock airspeed warning test. Okay, stall warning test. I'll have to come back for that later. I don't know when that started. Good there. Being edge devices flaps test. Line test on here. Good. Alright, ELT is armed. Isu light is off. Circuit breaker good. Crash axe stowed. Around a city. There's your circuit breakers. Fire extinguisher. Oh, there it is. Crash axis. Oh, right there. Get GSX boarding the plane.
Boarding requested.
Looks like they put the stairs and stuff. That ways don't really work here. And first officer's gonna go do the exterior. Right in the FMC, we have a few more days with this air rack. The reference airport is Whiskey Alpha Delta Delta.
Do you want to board crew? Passengers bus is coming.
Out. The India flight number Sierra Juliet Yankee 273. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do the flight plan request so we fill in the FMC, fill in the box automatically in brief. Let's get our clearance, figure out our runway.
Passengers boarding.
Zero clearance. 3 Wijaya 273. Gate 22. Request clearance to Soekarno Hatta with information Juliet.
3 Wijaya 273. Clear to Soekarno Hatta via Ocon 3 Charlie. Departure runway 27. Initial climb 10,000. Then as filed. Squawk 6552.
Cleared to Soekarno Hatta via Ocon 3 Charlie. Departure runway 27. Initial climb 10,000. Then as filed. Squawk 6552. 3 Wijaya 273.
3 Wijaya 273. Read back correct. When ready, contact Ngurah ground 118.8.
118.8. 3 Wijaya 273.
Alright, runway 27. We're planning runway 9, so it's opposite. But that still works for, it'll be a different departure. We're going out to Okang first transition waypoint. Okang, Tango 4 airway. Paris. Tango 6. Carouse. Then our arrival into Jakarta. Departure runway 27, and we're doing Okan 3 Charlie departure. Going out of runway 27. That's why it's a little different.
Passengers bus is coming.
And we'll also put the arrival in just so we have it, and then change it if needed. ILS 25 left. Kurug Golf, or Kurus 2 Golf. That pronounced. I don't have it up on my chart. Route. Go in. Set up the payload and everything.
Passengers boarding starting.
Payload, we have 159 passengers. All in economy. Cargo. That. I'd probably get our fuel going. 8,676 fuel.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi there. Just to let you know that we've started fueling the aircraft. We'll let you know as soon as it's completed. Roger.
Cost index 50. Planned 8.7. Cruising at 340. 34,000. Flight level 340. Our wind at cruise 157 degrees 8 knots. And top of climb negative 41 degrees else. Transition altitude out of our arrival 11,000 for Indonesia. Alright, now let's see if this how our flight bag does. So here it is. This is what you get. Electronic flight bag. It's got a map. Use Navigraphs. I don't have Navigraphs set up yet. While we're up in the air. Time. You can get the weather from the sim, or you can get it from real world. We're gonna get it from the sim. Keep it more up to date, I think. Here's our MEDAR. In simple mode, 28 degrees Celsius, 26 degree dew point will actually be helpful too, because sometimes you can't get the MEDAR real life MEDAR for some of these airports. See how that works. 1010 for our pressure, winds 140 degrees at 6 knots. Check out here. Performance tool. Now, so I've been usually using this on a different screen, a different kind of tool. We're going to see how this one works, and maybe I'll even compare it. Taking off runway 2. On the other screen, runway 27. Now, the cool thing is this got a lot more information. I think it's got the slope.
118.8, Emirates 36 minor heavy.
Takeoff flaps, optimum rating. Anti-ice off. There's our weight. Packs. Packs on. Turn those off or on. I like to take off with the packs on. Takes a little. Hits the performance a little. Weather is 28 degrees. There's the wind and pressure. Calculate. Get all this information. The N1. Rating, go. Zoom temperature, trim, all that stuff. Now, the only bad part is kind of going back and forth. Look at that. There we go. We're gonna go too hard. Oops. I go back. Alright, so thrust reduction is at 1500 already. Or XL height. So kind of in an awkward position. And one page. So we're in the TO. Select our temperature 65. Difference between these times are because little 91 here says 90.2. Alright, go to the takeoff page, flaps 5. You can see the trim here, it's giving me 5.72. There's giving me 3.8. That's also due to how we load the plane. From aircraft. There you go. That's going to keep going up as the fuel.
These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining
Oh, the trim is
as we are currently
fine over before. I don't know why it did that. There it is, 5.63, 5.72. Looks good. V speeds 138, 143, 147. So these are a lot lower than the plane is giving us. Those speeds then. Didn't put in the runway wind. Plane. Oh. 150 at 7 knots. It's interesting how the calculator is giving us different than what the plane is giving us. Since I think they'd be working together. Actually, it's select temperature. Change the select temperature bunch out of 52%. Now let's see what the. It's still about the same. 138. 143.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead.
47. Put 150 up here.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the aircraft is now fueled as requested. Roger.
Initial climb 10,000. Nav. Minutes remaining on cargo loading, so we're doing just fine. All right. All set on that. Let's get the trim. $5.572. Never figure out what display page shows the trim actually.
Parking. Request clearance to Soekarno Hatta with information kilo.
Prosper 749er cleared to Soekarno Hatta via Code 1 Lima. Departure runway 09er. Initial climb
Hi
flight
there,
level
Captain. All of the
120.
passengers are now on board.
6553.
We're still waiting on ground to send us up the load sheet.
Clear to Soekarno Hatta via Code 1 Lima.
bring it to you
Departure
as soon as
runway
they send us up.
09er. Initial climb flight
Still
level
have time to do the
120.
welcome
Then is filed.
announcement.
Squawk
That should pass some of the time.
6553. Prosper 749er.
Prosper 749er. Read back correct. Wind ready. Contact Ngurah ground 118.8.
118.8. Prosper 749er.
Good afternoon from the cockpit. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board this afternoon as we fly to Jakarta. We're currently preparing for departure up here in the cockpit, and once we're airborne, we'll be climbing to our cruise level of 34,000 feet. We're not anticipating any delays, so we hope to be underway very shortly. Once we push back from the stand, the cabin crew will start securing the cabin. As we head to the departure runway, please make sure you're seated and secured as they make their way around the aircraft. The weather is looking good, so it should be a nice, comfortable climb up to our cruise level. Once we're airborne, there shouldn't be any issue during our climb. It's a pretty straightforward departure out of the airport, so nothing to worry about there. The wind forecast during our cruise looks very favorable, so we expect to arrive on time at our destination, but we will of course keep you up to date should there be any changes. The ground crew have finished loading the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, we'll be able to get going straight away. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
Alright, stabilizer trim is set, takeoff data is set. Pressurization done. Alright, we're gonna be at 34,000 feet. Landing altitude. Looking at the other calculator, speed pretty close. Different D rate. Or B treats us. Oh, cool. I think this gives us all of our landing information. Given our dispatch, I think. Was the one we do right now. Yeah, this one's got different weight. I'll have to figure out how to use that. I'll have to figure out how to use all that information for the landing. Alright, I keep going through here. EFIS panel is set. Mode control panel checked. Flight directors both on. Clock is set. Display select panel. Normal. There. Okay, these I'll just put back in. Speed brake lever stowed. Reverse thrust levers down. Forward thrust levers closed. Start levers cut off. Parking brake on. LED on. Stabilizer trim cut out. It's in normal green. Light test. The air conditioning panel all set. Isolation valve is open. One over here, yaw damper light is extinguished and on. Transfer and display switches auto and normal. Display switches here auto. Engine valve closed, bar valve closed. Cross feed open. Close it. That light should be off. Window heat on. Going to check and make sure these are covered. Window heat on, propane off, anti-ice off, electrical are on, hydraulics off now. Ignition, and just start switching off.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We're waiting for you to close up. Once the beacon light is switched on, we'll contact you to begin pushback. Roger.
Alright, prepare for pushback. Disconnect all of our ground stuff.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and the total number of souls, not including yourselves, here.
Thanks.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever...
Departure checks completed. Bypass been started.
I love this airport because there's so many planes parked. Looking at one plane that always parks backwards. That spot so see all the different things. Looks like that's I think that's a newer livery for this airline for Sriwijaya.
Locking here.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. We're ready to disconnect. Thanks very much for your help. Pin straight ahead and we'll see you again soon.
Alright, we're gonna push back.
Cabin crew, arm the doors, please.
Left.
Release party brake.
Alright, pre-flight checklist, oxygen tested, navigation transfer and display switches, normal and auto, window heat on, pressurization mode selector auto, flight instruments heading, we don't have the heading, but we do have the altimeter 1010, parking brake set, engine start, levers cut off. Alright, before start checklist, doors closed and locked, fuel, 8,700 kilograms, pumps are on. Passenger signs on, windows locked, MCP B738 heading, and don't have that right heading in, altitude 10,000. Just a moment. Takeoff speeds V1-138, VR-143, V2-147 set. Video pre-flight completed, rudder and alien trim 3 and 0, taxi takeoff briefing completed, anti-collision light on. Back.
Request taxi.
Release party brake.
Super Green 342, taxi to holding point runway 09 by November and Papa 7, November 7.
Release party brake.
Taxi to holding point runway 09 via November Papa 7, November 7, Super Green 342.
Gear ground, Sriwijaya 273, gate 22, request pushback and start up. Sriwijaya 273, pushback and start up approved. Pushback and start up approved, Sriwijaya 273.
Alright. Left and right packs off. Starting engine.
Adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, hold in place with a strap and pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket.
Okay, following YT.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed.
Back,
one
are we
rest down,
back right into
blinds
the
open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight, and thank you for flying with self-loading cargo.
Starting engine 1. Better fuel. Their taxi the opposite direction. Why? I got runway 27 for takeoff.
Please set parking brakes.
Everyone else is getting runway 9. Right. So we're gonna have to change that. The weather actually does have us going runway 9. For some reason they actually do want to go run.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
You have good engine start. Holding up super green right now.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Power source generator 1 generators are on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Air conditioning. Back switches auto. Isolation valve switch auto. Feeds on. Off. EQ off. Engine start selectors continuous. Start levers idle.
Unlocking gear.
Flaps takeoff. Five. Flight controls.
Two trucks disconnected. 5 are been
Free and
removed.
full movement.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
All button press checked. Ground equipment removed. After start checklist. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall checked. Auto brake RTO rejected takeoff. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. Ask for taxi anymore. Actually gonna have to out of the way here. Do need to change that. Right.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff.
Thank you.
I'll get the crew seated and secured as soon as you give us the word.
We're almost ready, so you can take your seats now.
There we go. Now our
No
speeds
problem.
change. See? 142, 143, 147.
Super Green 342, hold position.
Hold position. Super Green
Went to
342.
Singapore, missed the flight to Singapore, but watched it. There's a flight that I need to still, I think I need to upload. Not to Singapore. There is one that I upload the actual flight, I think into Hong Kong, because the flight I have on there I canceled before we landed. That's one I gotta do. Get that up. The official flight. Yep. That would be it. Discombobulated at the moment. We're going to shade off to the side here.
Super Green 342, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Super Green 342.
Practice both. Right departure on runway 9, switching direction, kind of 1B. And the reason I'm doing that is because the other plane is taxiing down to 9. The weather actually makes sense for runway 9. I don't know why they gave us 27. Usually. Now, granted, this guy looks like he's landed from 27, so it's, I don't know if it just switched. Now the sim just kind of adjusted the weather, or what? Now we gotta go in here. Back off. Out.
Gear ground, Prosper 744, runway vacated with November 5. Prosper 744, taxi to gate 22 via November 5, November Papa. Taxi to gate 22 via November 5, November Papa, Prosper 744.
Further.
Sriwijaya 273, contact Gear Tower 118.1. 118.1, Sriwijaya 273. Gear Tower, Sriwijaya 273, runway 09, ready for departure.
Sriwijaya 273, line up runway 09.
Line up runway 09, Sriwijaya 273.
Before takeoff checklist, flaps 5, green light, stabilizer trim 5.73. Off throttle armed, engine start selectors continuous, landing lights on, strobe lights on, transponder Tara, weather radar on.
Sriwijaya 273, wind 139 degrees at 6 knots, runway 09 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09 cleared for takeoff. Sriwijaya 273.
Off.
Ngurah, Super Green 342, runway 09, ready for departure. Super Green 342, hold position. Hold position, Super Green 342. Super Green 342, line up runway 09.
You're up.
Line up runway 09, Super Green 342. Super Green 342, wind 139 degrees at 6 knots, runway 09 cleared for takeoff. Runway 09 cleared for takeoff, Super Green 342. Sriwijaya 273,
Autopilot
contact
engaged.
Bali West Radar 119.3.
119.3. Sriwijaya 273. Bali West Radar, Sriwijaya 273, OK 1 Bravo, departure at 2,500, climbing flight level 120.
Sriwijaya 273, radar contact, continue climb flight level 120.
Continue climb flight level 120, Sriwijaya 273.
That's 2. That's 1. Flaps off. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on,
Cabin
packs,
crew,
auto,
resume
landing
duty.
gear up and off. Flaps up, no lights. Auto brake off.
Super Green 342, paid previously, departure at 2,700, climbing flight level 120. Super Green 342, radar contact, continue climb flight level 120. Continue climb flight level 120. Sriwijaya 273, contact Regency Dance Center 128.1.
128.1, Sriwijaya 273.
Red Cap 374, continue descent 5,000. Continue descent
Colors.
5,000, Red Cap 374.
Ujungpandang Center, Sriwijaya 273, OK 1 Bravo, departure at 8,000, climbing flight level 120.
Sriwijaya 273, radar contact, continue climb flight level 340.
Continue climb flight level 340, Sriwijaya 273.
Coming up on 10,000. Landing lights.
Singapore 945 heavy. Proceed directly Gouda, then as filed.
Proceed directly Gouda, Singapore 945 heavy.
Red Cap 374, contact Bali West radar 119.3. 119.3, Red Cap 374. Melindo 177, continue descent 5,000.
Continue descent 5,000, Melindo 177.
Wagon S624, continue descent flight level 220, cleared OK 1 Echo, arrival.
Continue descent flight level 220, cleared OK 1 Echo, arrival, Wagon S624.
Ujung Bandung Center, Super Green 342, 83 Alpha, departure at 10,800, climbing flight level 120. Super Green 342, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330, Super Green 342.
Standard pressure. flying over Bali. Our way over to the next island. Tiny little split with water there to get us to the big island of Java. Named Sriwijaya, Tangerang, and of course Jakarta, our destination. As I said, I wasn't expecting it this dark, this quick. Still working our way out of the departure. Well, technically, Binos was at flight level 160 according to chart. I suppose they've cleared us technically. Depending on the clearance you get, if you get clearance or you cleared on the departure, follow the published altitudes, and you do that, you're just cleared to our cruise of 34,000 at flight level 0, so you can technically ignore flight levels at that point. Now we weren't given a direct to or anything, so we're still going to follow the departure route, but I believe because we cleared to a flight level 340, and ignore restrictions. For example, Mhz, we need to be above flight level 240, which we are, but then Okan, we need to be at flight level 160. Very confusing. Oh no, actually, we're doing Okan 1 Bravo. Okay, never mind. That's why we don't have the restrictions. I have to look at my chart better.
Wagon 507, continue descent 6,000, clear cold
Look at the chart.
arrival.
You can see this is for a number of different
Continue
departures.
descent 6,000, clear cold
It's for
November, arrival,
1
Wagon
Alpha,
507.
Delta 1 Lima, Nusky 1 Alpha, Okang 1 Alpha, and Okang 1 Bravo. We're doing 1 Bravo. See right here, Binos. I saw this restriction here, flight level 160, but it's for Okang Alpha. That's why we don't have that restriction. Same with here at Nuzna at Okang 1 Alpha, flight level 160. All others will be above flight level 260, which we are. You can see Okang again. 1 Alpha, flight level 160. Obviously, we're on 1 Bravo. No. Ignore everything I said about well, don't ignore it because it is true. If they do clear you, follow the SID, but they clear you to cruising altitude or whatever altitude, you're cleared and you can ignore the restrictions. But in this case, I didn't have any restrictions. I was just not reading hard close. That sometimes happens when you have charts that contain multiple routes, whether it's departure or arrival route or whatever it is. You have to be careful to make sure you're reading it correctly, not missing some key information. There you can see that little river there, or the split between the two islands. That obviously on one side, going north, we have the Java Sea, obviously the Java Island. And then down there, off in the distance, is going to be Christmas Island and
continue descent 3,000, Wagon 507. Melindo 157.
If you can see further south, you'll be able to see the Australia, west coast of Australia.
KLM 835 heavy, clear cold 1 November, arrival. Clear port 1 November. Arrival KLND 35
Seatbelts are
heavy.
alright, off.
Wagon Air 507. Contact Bali West Radar 119.3. 119.3. Wagon Air 507.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now free to move around the cabin. However, for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times during the flight. Thank you.
KLMA 35 heavy. Continue descent 10,000. QN8 1011. Continue descent 10,000. KLND 35 heavy.
Yeah, I gotta kind of have to avoid streaming night flights, at least on YouTube. They just do not look good.
KLMA 35 heavy. Continue descent 6,000.
Cockpit looks fine, but outside it just doesn't, because there's just not enough registered. You're not getting enough information registered, so it kind of looks like it's almost glitching. Nothing's happening. It's kind of hard to see anything. Anyway, I wonder if I go time acceleration.
Melindo 157. Continue descent 5,000. QN8 1011.
What I'll probably do with this one is I'll re-upload the recorded version just to get that better quality. The night flights just be something we desire.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you and you enjoyed flying with us so far. We've reached our cruise level and are currently flying at an altitude of 34,000 feet. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. Unless anything changes in the meantime, you'll next hear from me around the time we start our descent, so I'll leave you in the hands of our excellent cabin crew. Thank you.
KLM 835 Heavy, continue descent 3000. Continue descent 3000, KLM 835 Heavy. Prosper 749 proceed direct Kilo Oscar Lima Tango Alpha, then as filed. Proceed direct Kilo Oscar Lima Tango Alpha, Prosper 749. KLM 835 Heavy, contact Arling West Radar 119.3. 119.3, KLM 835 Heavy. Melindo 157, contact Arling West Radar 119.3. 119.3, Melindo 157. Seven 747, cleared Papa Echo Delta Echo 3 Charlie, arrival. Cleared Papa Echo Delta Echo 3 Charlie, arrival, 747.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. I just wanted to come by and ask if everything was going okay.
Everything is absolutely fine, yes. Thanks for asking.
If you need anything more, just give me a call. back to serve our evening meals, as well as items from the snack menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position. Clear any items from the aisles. Thank you.
I'm not 100% sure what. Just looking at what they got for rival. FS Hut 8 is match up with what. There's an amp. That would have me. That's why it hasn't given us the clearance yet, because it's expecting me, for some reason, to go a completely different route.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. As you may have noticed, we've begun our descent.
Sometimes
we should
it does
be arriving
that.
in
I don't
around
know why.
20 minutes depending on local air traffic, and I will shortly be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. After that, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you'll need to stay seated until after landing. On that note, if you need to use the toilet, then you should try to visit one now until it's closed during the approach. For now, though, I will wish you a very good evening once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while once we've landed.
Proceed direct Amboy. Climb and
Now
maintain
they
level
told me to go
340,
direct to Amboy.
3WIII
Now, I don't know why you go to Amboy, because your Amboy is way out of the way. It's really annoying because I'd like to change my arrival.
Sriwijaya 273, radar contact. Descend flight level 240. Descend flight level 240, Sriwijaya 273. Sriwijaya 273, expect prior ILS, approach, runway 25 right. Expect prior ILS, approach, runway 25 right, Sriwijaya 273. Sriwijaya 273, clear Embo 2 Hotel, arrival. Cleared Embo 2 Hotel, arrival, Sriwijaya 273. Batik 7310, contact Jakarta Center 120.9. 120.9, Batik 7310.
Alright, so we're going to ignore that Amboy thing. That takes us way out of the way. Not sure. And we never even got anything about that until way after, out of, it would have been kind of going backward. So, we're going to go direct to Priok, which basically straight in line what we were doing almost anyway. Let's bring up the chart. Amboy would have taken us way up. And then there. I'm way out of here. We're gonna come in here, Priok. Triac, we're max 190 knots, mandatory 3,000 feet. Then RCAP mandatory 2,000 feet. Yard. After the glide slope 6.1 miles out into the runway. ILS runway by right. Localizer is 110.9. Final approach 247. 2,000 is our glide slope capture. Decision altitude 290. Airport elevation 34 feet. Just approach, we're going to turn right direct to pick cam at or below 3,000 feet to loop access 1,000. Got it. Start right there. Reality, it's a little area. But landing, what, by right? Out the airport, see what puts us. We're going to try to get off at November 5, November 6. That'll put us right here by apron F and D. Not sure what our parking is, but hopefully we get something on this side of the airport and not have to taxi on.
Continue descent flight level 150, 3 region out 273. We Jaya 273, contact Jakarta Center 120.9. 120.9, 3 we Jaya 273. Jakarta Center 3 we Jaya 273, Ember 2 Hotel, arrival at flight level 190, descending flight level 150. Sriwijaya 273, radar contact. Continue descent, flight level 150. Continue descent, flight level 150, Sriwijaya 273.
Alright, ILS plugged in. Minimum going to be 90, so we're over here. We're on Barrow. $290. Alright, our transition is 11,000, so we're not going to go standard yet. We do have 1009 for our pressure though. So when we hit the standard button, we'll just go right to that.
Latif 7310, contact Jakarta approach 125.45. 125.45, Latif 7310.
Alright, local pressure 1009, check. 10,000 feet, landing light on.
Sriwijaya 273, contact Jakarta approach 125.45. 125.45, Sriwijaya 273. Jakarta approach, Sriwijaya 273, Ember 2 Hotel, arrival at 9,400, climbing flight level 150.
3889, cleared Bravo Uniform November India 2 Hotel, arrival. Cleared Bravo Uniform November India 2 Hotel, arrival 3889. Sriwijaya 273, radar contact, continue descent 7000, QNH 1010.
Continue descent 7,000, Sriwijaya 273.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Sriwijaya 273, continue descent 3000.
Continue descent 3,000, Sriwijaya 273.
Then checklist. Landing altitude 50, check. Recall checked, auto brake 2. Landing data. VRAF 140. Minimum is 290. Approach briefing completed. Altimeters 1009. 1009. Then checklist complete. Sorry. And that's Jakarta over there with all the light pollution. Capital of Indonesia. Hey, Mika. Alright, right. We're on day 4 of
Jakarta approach.
off days in a row.
Heavy, Boom 2 Hotel, arrival at flight level 160.
Playing way too much Madden football. Not flying enough. No, but we did. Let's see, what's this weekend been? Friday we did, I think
Continue descent 7,000.
we did during the day on Friday, but trick-or-treating in the evening. Really nice in our neighborhood because they block off all the roads, and so we can actually trick-or-treat like the old days in the night, in the middle of the night. Not the middle of the night, but at night when it's dark. Thing. That.
273, turn left heading 220, continue descent 2000.
Left heading 220, continue descent 2000, 3 region out 273.
On Saturday, the public museum had a little we're members of the public museum, so we could go to this event, Halloween event, and there was trick-or-treating at the museum while you're looking at going through all the exhibits and stuff, different activities
Continue descent 2,500, repeat 7310.
surrounding Halloween. Yesterday we went to a Chinese church and then went to see the China Lights exhibit at our botanical gardens here in Milwaukee.
Fly heading 215, clear ILS, approach at 2000, runway 25 right,
Today, I
report
think,
established on
my wife
localizer,
has
3
tooth
region out
cleaning.
273.
So we're doing that, and then might go and eat at the Asian buffet. Eat for Asians. Busy. Every day seems like we got a lot of activities planned, so I get these flights in as quick as I can in the morning, and then I'll do something else. Okay, where is this airport? Basically that direction. I don't see clouds, so we are doing an ILS, so find where.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We're ready for landing. The cabin is secured.
Thanks a lot.
No worries. If you let me know when you're ready to land, I'll make sure I get seated
Air
along
cleared
with the
ILS
rest of
approach
the
at
crew.
2000.
I will, no
Runway
problem.
25 right, report established on localizer. Turn here to approach. After the glide slope. Flaps 2. Flaps 5.
Lion enter 3889, continue descent 3000. Continue descent 3000, Lion enter 3889.
Flaps 10. Flaps 15. Then you
3
go down.
region out 273, established on
landing, please.
localizer.
3 Jaya 273, continue approach.
Continue approach, 3 region out 273.
Like diamond coming. Flaps 25.
3 Jaya 273, contact Soekarno Hatta Tower 118.2.
118.2, 3 region out 273. Soekarno Hatta Tower, 3 region out 273, on final, 25 right.
3 Jaya 273, wind
That's 40.
270 degrees
Full.
at 2 knots, cleared to land 25 right.
Cleared to land, 25 right, 3 region out 273.
Clear to land. Runway turn off the lights. Taxi lights on. Let them know we got that cleared. Now we're starting to see some Jakarta. Little airport in sight. Field in sight. Landing checklist. Engine start switches continuous. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down. Flaps 40. Green light.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Continue.
$100. 50. 30, 20, 10.
Sriwijaya 273, when vacated contact ground 128.905.
When vacated contact ground 128.95. Sriwijaya 273. Soekarno Hatta ground, Sriwijaya 273, runway vacated with November 6.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
Sriwijaya 273, taxi to gate Alpha 62 via November 6, November Charlie 6, November Papa Whiskey Charlie 1, Sierra Papa Whiskey.
Taxi to gate Alpha 62 via November 6, November Charlie 6, November Papa Whiskey Charlie 1, Sierra Papa Whiskey, Sriwijaya 273.
At Alpha 62. Follow me. Alright, November's Charlie 6, November Papa Whiskey. Papa Whiskey. Love when they make up. They probably mean November Papa 1. Nice long taxi here. See the whole airport. They're right on the other side of where we're at right now. in there, in the apron area. Not marked on the chart. Because we need to go to Sierra Papa Whiskey on the other side, in the apron area. Pull out in front of me. Don't need to come back here to do it. Okay, Whiskey Charlie 1 is going to be the next left turn. Okay, flight time today, 1 hour 32 minutes. Follow me again. He's all over the place. He's trying to catch us. Just the logic, just stop somewhere and wait for me to get up to you. I'm not going to sit here. I know where I'm going, basically. Unless gate 62 is different. Here's Sierra Papa Whiskey. That's November Papa Whiskey. Okay, so we should have gone through the apron area. Kind of did a little cut through. Kind of hard when you look on the chart and you can't find where November Papa Whiskey is. Hard drive around with that.
Soekarno Hatta ground. Lane enter 3889, runway vacated with November 6. Ryan enter 3889, taxi to gate Echo 12 via November 6, November Charlie 6. Taxi to gate Echo 12 by November 6, November Charlie 6, lane enter 3889.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. Crystal clear. 5 out of 5. Roger. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open the doors when ready and begin deboarding.
Noticed
Okay,
she
Captain.
was wearing
Ground power
shorts
is
there.
available. Stand by.
Marshall.
We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.
Alright, we are here landed in...
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic devices must not be...
What was that? Outside the cockpit.
Passengers
Or outside the
aboard
plane.
inside.
Alright, we're here in Jakarta. Got one little piece of information. Spreadsheet thing. At our clock time. Alright. Check out Valanta. Flight. Straightforward. Oh, that's why it speeds up so much in that area, because that's where time acceleration is always the reason the middle of the flight just really fast. That's time acceleration, of course. Alright, so landing rate -279 feet per minute. Flight time, these are the real time. And in sim time, we got a flight time of 1 hour 32 minutes and a block time of 1 hour 57 minutes. Passengers and cargo coming off right now, nice quick.
Taxi to gate of 1 via November 6, November Charlie 6, November Papa 1, Qatar
We have the world tour map.
954 heavy.
And you can see everywhere we have been so far, and right down here you can see Indonesia. Next flight we will be flying from right down here, Jakarta, to Kuala Lumpur right around here. That should be a nice flight. on Rudder, Indonesia. There's Garuda, Indonesia. Being I believe the same plane here, Boeing 737-800. Headed out Malaysia tomorrow morning. Keep your eye out for that. It'll be 7 in the morning, around that usual time. Until then, as always, happy flying. Take care.